But lotteries is, when it comes to this, is kind of boring, but it fulfills the dream of becoming rich in one go.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Millionaire Podcast. With me, I have someone very special. He has more than 30 years of experience in the industry and he's one of 3 Lotto wave designers in the world. And he is here with us today to share insights about Millionaire and the green initiative behind it, Oasis Park. Mr. Rao, see what?
Oh, thank you very much, Maradona. It's great to be here and for another podcast I'm having and to talk about topics that people are interested in.
Absolutely. It's great to have you here. And today's question is, what makes participating in Millionaire exciting?
When I'm talking about lotteries, and I always compare it to gambling, where gambling is exciting because it's like, like the thrill of the winning instant. You're having like an excitement in like beating, like the bets on like, or do you know something about the bosses, or in a poker room, do you know, you have better skills maybe at other people, casinos, of course. But lotteries is, when it comes to this, is kind of boring, but it fulfills the dream of becoming rich in one go. Because, like if you go to a roulette table, it's really difficult to make the jackpot money, right? And with Millionaire, for example, and other lotteries, Millionaire starts with 50 million dirhams, which is around about like $12.5 million. So you cannot make $12.5 million on a roulette table or horse betting.
Even a little you make, you'd end up getting.
So the excitement in this game is like changing your life.
And this is like where people jumping, you have like a small amount, where you're buying like a lottery ticket, and then you're just waiting, till the draw is in, hopefully this week, it's your numbers, and then you are a millionaire. So that's amazing. Now, also, this thrill of like, 2 games we included in this, it's called, W jackpot and a secure jackpot. So the W jackpot is like where you even can pay a small extra fee, and then you can win double the price, basically.
Yeah, the weekly raffle ID winner.
Yeah, and by the way, we have a weekly raffle ID winner as well. Yeah, for the green certificate. People are buying.
Many of them are also playing it just for that weekly draw.
So some people do, yeah. And then it's another thing is like, obviously you're playing a lottery because want to take your chance not to miss it. Can you imagine? If you're like, what kind of disappointment it would be like if you're saying like, oh, this week I didn't buy my ticket, but you have like always your numbers, but then in this week you're not playing and your numbers are coming up. So, and then it's like a community thing. You are into a lottery community, especially in the Millionaire community. All the lotteries have something in common. Let's say the real ones, right? The legit ones. And this is like a social cause. So parts of the money is always going into some social projects. And Millionaire is an environmental, let's say, lottery, where we always put it like the first green lottery in the world, where the money is also going into supporting a project called Oasis Park. And the Oasis Park is a project where we are planning to plant 60 million trees in desert areas or in the desert or arid areas. And we want to have we want to store like the CO2. We want to be part of Save the Planet, like fighting the global warming and stuff like that. And this project needs constant funding, of course. The trees, there's they have to be friendly, but they also like the maintenance of the forests we are creating. And this is exciting as well. So, I mean, the people are excited because, I mean, they are not just doing something for their own good, so winning when they are winning, but they're also like helping the environment.
Yeah.
And I think this,
Which is the need of the hour also.
yeah. So, it's exciting in its own. It's not like, like this small thrill every minute, like where you're like sitting like in a bus or in the metro, like and you're playing some fun like casino games or whatever it is, and scratch card games and whatever we have like in these markets. But then you only win like small amounts. But if you if you're buying a lottery ticket, then you're always talking about big amounts. The lottery jackpots are always big. Sure.
I also realized if someone is very happy,
Yeah.
the other person comes up to and say, "What happened to you? Did you win the lottery?"
Yeah. True. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It's a nice thing. I mean, when people are talking about it, like when the jackpot is high, I mean, I say, yeah, did you already buy a ticket? And then you're like, oh, I forgot, I need to go. I need to go. And the lottery is something really established in the world. Most countries have it. Most countries are offering this. Most of the time it's like government-run lotteries. But it's never just to make money for the company. It's making money more or less for the good cause. That's why lotteries from the past were established, actually. Well, let's say that there were a lot of reasons from governments, like from financing wars in the past, like the first lottery we know is like in China, where they funded the Great Wall. Instead of like probably raising taxes, they often like this in this lottery for people to participate and give money. But yeah, I really love the idea of lotteries because it's not like it doesn't get you addicted. For example, another really deep plus. So it's not like like you get your salary and on the third of the month you're already out of money because you put like everything. Soccer betting or house betting or whatever it is, like, or you went to the casino. Lottery is different, yeah. And the excitement it's more like a lifestyle product, I would say, right? I mean, you're thinking of like every week, you're saying like, oh yeah, on Tuesdays or whatever, I buy my lottery ticket. Before you were going to kiosk, to buy a ticket. Today it's a lot easier. You just use your mobile phone or your computer.
Or you can download an app.
Or you download the app. That it's even easier and smarter and stuff. Yeah, and you could talk about it. I mean, the lottery has nothing bad to talk about it, right? I mean, if you are telling someone you lost in the lottery, like everybody would say like, yeah, fine, I mean, you lost whatever, a small amount of money. But if you're telling people that you lost big money in a casino or you lost money in horse betting or betting in general, everybody was saying, oh my God, here's a problem.
Yeah.
Your family tells you have a problem. And your spouse, I mean, as guys, I mean, your wife will tell you, hey, listen, I mean, you cannot afford a new dress for me, but I mean, you're gambling all the time. So the lottery is a really nice lifestyle product, actually. And what we encourage people is like always like telling the people that buy one ticket, rather to buy 100 tickets. Just buy one once a week. Buy a ticket gives you the opportunity to become a millionaire.
Yeah, there are a lot of these games that young adults download to play. They get these artificial coins that they collect.
Right. I mean, of course, it's fun, right? I mean, but you cannot get rich. I mean, the main excitement is, of course, always the jackpot. And if you look around all the lotteries in the world, they only promote the jackpot because that's why people play for. That's why they buy a ticket. It's not like to win a smaller prize. It's nice to have, but it's not like the excitement. The excitement is like becoming a millionaire, winning like 50 million. Like our jackpot starts with 50 million. So becoming a millionaire and and then having like the option, as I said, like before, like double your jackpot, choose like you can win even 100 million. And then the jackpot goes up every week. As long as it's not one, the jackpot increases. And then if you ever won it, falls down back to 50 million. The others, which is again $12 million.
Wow. There's also a very interesting participant that wrote to us that he said he matched 4 out of 5. He won a certain amount and he wants to buy tickets back. So he's like, should I buy more tickets in 1 week or should I buy one ticket every week with the same winning amount?
Well, from the point of math, it doesn't make a difference. For the fun, I would say like stretch it out and play it like a longer time. Because it does not matter if you play like 10 numbers in one lottery, in one draw, or if you play it like one number every.
And it is interesting to see people making even a simple game show like Lotto or the OM. They discuss it. There are YouTube channels that discuss the odds, that discuss what the very numbers were. I don't know if people have made it exciting on their own.
Yeah, and if our listeners are booping it or going on YouTube, for example, there are so many people from India, for example. I've seen this from India. I mean, they are doing the max. They are doing like, they say like, oh, the next number is supposed to be like this. And they have like really nice ideas of how to calculate the outcome of the next week's draw. I think it's amazing, and I love these people watching like how serious they are, and well, there's no mass proof of if it's working or not. And the only thing I know, and that's what I'm keep telling people is always like buy one ticket
and play the same numbers for the rest of your life. Because if the number is not coming up this week, it's more likely that it's coming up next week. Yeah. So it's a lottery is not addictive, which is like really good, right? It's affordable,
Yeah.
but it's not and it's not time consuming because it just takes it whatever, maybe a minute or half a minute to buy a ticket, especially when you have the app. What he has before, and I think we have the app for Apple and Google at least. And the Google Place, yeah.
Also, what makes O Millionaire exciting, a lot of people told me they like to participate it because last week we had the Win Big Holiday Bonanza, a trip to Armenia for 2. A lot of people won that. Every week there was a winner. Before that we had the iPhone Gold 24 karat giveaway phone. So a lot of these interesting gifts and promotions and prizes to participate in makes people very excited to play the lottery.
And we have the more or less like the second chance of like the green certificate, which is also something like to give the people. There is always there is a winner. Let's say there's because we pick one of the tickets sold over the week. But it's a second chance. It's not the jackpot, right? It's not the 50 million, but it's 100,000 dirhams.
And the funniest thing was, there's one guy who wrote to me. He's like, I started playing. I sent in a selfie video, and that gave him 2 free plays to play with over Millionaire.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to see people being innovative around it, and then being a regular with the show and buying their read certificates every year. And it doesn't cost much. It's like buying a Happy Meal from outside, and so that just buy a pizza.
Another thing is like, for the community, it's like always like if you have like a couple of friends, like sit together, everybody is like putting a certain amount, like let's say, like 5 dirhams on the table, and you have like 5 friends or 4 friends, then we can buy a ticket already, right? Yeah. And it's affordable for everybody. And just make sure you buy the ticket, because if you don't buy and the ticket is winning, your friends are asking for their share. But it's I know that a lot of people are having these kind of community things, where
we families, right? WhatsApp groups, yeah, and even WhatsApp groups, yes, and they can share this.
So it's a community team, right there. it's a very social thing. A lottery is something social, and I love it. I mean, you can hear. I mean, I'm doing this for 30 years now, right?
Yeah.
And I love the idea of having like these big jackpots, winning the big jackpots. I've seen people winning it and investing it and making more money out of it, like like investing in a business they always wanted to run, or supporting the kids studying, things like that. So the excitement of a lottery is a different one than gambling, but I would say it's a really healthy and better one.
Great. There you have it. So many reasons to be excited. And to all our new users and new people that have never played the lottery, you also have the show that you could watch on every Thursday. It's a live show. Have a look at the website. Have a look at the show. And you can start as soon as now. And thank you so much for these beautiful insights.
You're welcome.
And yes, we're all excited to have you all on board. Stay tuned for another episode of the Millionaire Podcast next week. Till then,
you can't win
if you don't clear it. Thank you, Raj.
Aradora. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.